What's good, family? Welcome back to Power Hours, your favorite power podcast. I'm Jeff G on this side, Chrissy Breeze on the other side, and we are here to recap mid-season finale episode, Power Book 2 Go Season 3, Episode 5. No more second chances. You already know the vibes, man. We're everywhere where you can hear podcasts, everywhere you get them. We're on YouTube, everything. Power After Hours, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Definitely tap in with us. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Chrissy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, and you said that title real proper. No more. It was no mo. Okay, no mo. Okay, that was literal. No mo, no mo.
It was spelled in the King's English, actually. So, I mean, whatever.
It was spelled as in mo. Okay, mo.
All right.
Miss Tejada. Mrs. Tejada. Mo.
Oh, I see you. You trying to like quadruple entendre, huh?
I'm see what I'm saying? That's what it was called.
Once
no
Chrissy,
mo chances. You get? You feel me?
I mean, yo, listen, once Chrissy got into the makeup game, her third eye and her fourth eye was wide open. You know what I'm saying? Them TikToks be having her thinking in all sorts of different ways. You see the creativity exploding. No more second chances. I had to take a pause. And I got to pay homage. I can't even hate. Like, you doing your thing. I can't even lie, friend. You
I'm
doing
just
your
saying
thing.
what I thought when I first saw the title. I was like, Mo finna get into it tonight. That's how I felt.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Yo, it's always going crazy. Good brother Mars, what's up? Jacoby, what up? Kelvin, what's good? Devin Mack, alrighty then. I see a lot of the heavy hitters. Real Talk Productions, Martin, what's going on? Thank you for everybody tapping in live. Thank you for everybody listening on the podcast and the replay gang. You already know the vibes. And we got to get into it. We're not even going to play around with y'all. We're going to get right into it. No more second chances. Chrissy, you know who got no more second chances, right?
Ooh,
you know who got no more second chances, right? Why you about to laugh? Because you know who it is.
Whitman?
Chrissy, I did everything I could for my family.
No more telenovelas.
Monet, there was no reason. It was a mistake, damn.
But Papi, you have to stay with me, okay?
Mamita, you're on your own. Mamita, you're on your own. Papi. I didn't even want this life.
No,
but
and if it wasn't for them kids, I would have got your ass right now. She was ready. She was ready.
Oh, man. You know we got to talk to it. Our telenovela season might be coming to an end. My guy Lorenzo Tejada going to the big drug game in the sky, I guess. So you know what I mean? Pobrecito, all of that. Like, I mean, look, there's a lot of metaphors for it, but we could get into it. We gonna talk about, because we gotta get right in and talk to off the bat. And I think for me, the minute he shot Zeke, his clock was on. Yeah. You turned on the clock. It was getting ready, because you knew eventually the word was gonna get out. And the question was, how would Monet accept it? And there was two ways that Lorenzo could have went. He could have either told the truth ASAP or did the other shit that he did. Where wait months and then try to pin it on somebody else. So when we get to this episode, remember, this is post Whitman getting bodied in Monet and Lorenzo's crib. They're getting interviewed. They're trying to find a way that they could pin it on Monet. At least Jenny is, right? And it's kind of all cleared up. And when Davis asks her about the Lorenzo prince, she basically lets him know, I was wild and it wasn't nothing too crazy. He's like, okay, because if you looked at Davis's face when he was like, excellent, right? He knew if she felt the way that he was going to have another situation on his hands. And he wasn't trying to have to be able to juggle all of that at once. So he was glad that was taken care of. But Chrissy, the one thing that he didn't bank on was a Monet Tejada scorned, and she was going to find a way to exact a revenge, even if she's not the one that's pulling the trigger.
Bruh, this was so beautifully executed by Monet. Like I gotta give props where it's due. I mean, it starts, with her. You know what? If we really want to call a spade, the moment he stepped out of jail, his clock was ticking. All right, because you got to think about it. This is somebody who was a big player in the drug game. It's always going to be somebody trying to take his spot. And as we know it, there were plenty of people that tried, but like they took him out first. So his clock was ticking. We know that him and Mo weren't vibing from the moment he came home. And it was because he never was down with the whole Zeke in the home thing. And like you said, like the moment he killed Zeke, it was a wrap. And not only the fact that you killed Zeke, but people know that you did it. It's not like it was a secret. You got your son who figured it out mad easy. Like I'm talking about figured it out in probably 20 seconds when he brought something to your attention in the way you flinched. And then once Monet found out, it was like, bro, your time is up. Like, and for a split, I believe that she was just going to let him rock. Split. When she was like, the only reason I'm not killing you right now is because of our kids. That's the only reason. And for a second, I thought maybe she's not going to do it because of the kids, and because of the pain that would cause. And also because of who he is. You pulling that trigger after you just killed a cop was never going to be the right move. But once she talked to the snitch's wife, can never remember his name.
Frank's wife.
Frank's wife. Once she talked to Frank's wife, and Frank's wife pretty much told her, like, as much as I wish I could handle this, I don't want my sons being put in a position that would end up putting them in jail or taking them out of my life, which is something that I greatly respect. But Monet having the conversation with him outside, don't let me say his name wrong. What did you say?
Gordo.
But that's his real name? Yeah, Gordo.
I mean, I don't know his government.
That boy something else this whole time. That's a damn shame.
I don't know his government name. You feel me?
I don't even want to say what it was because y'all gonna be like, damn, why you always gotta call people? But Gordo, when she had that conversation with him outside, and he was basically, she was asking all of these questions, like, how do you handle grief? Like, when do you stop being angry? And he tells her, like, yo, like, I don't think you ever stop becoming angry, because if I ever, found out who the person was that killed my pops, I would slit their neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something like that. And so I was like, okay, I think Monet is playing this the long way. And I love that this show, their version of the long way, is not a season. You get what I'm saying? Because I would have been pissed if this rolled out for episodes on episodes. But them handling it all in one episode, I love that they did it that way. And I love that Gordo was also able to maybe put some of his anger aside through killing somebody else. But it causes more problems because you got to factor in the fact that now he's with Drew, right? Like, and Drew is, that's his son. So I don't know. I got to respect Monet for not doing it herself. But I think that she always finds a way of putting herself in more shit when she thinks that she's solving a problem. You feel me?
I do.
How did you feel about it?
I mean, you could see... It was kind of ill because you could see her starting to put the pieces together. She hits up Tariq and was like, yo, I need you to find out whether or not International Guap was like, try to find a time and place where he was at the time of Zeke's murder. He calls in Tate. He gives Tate that information, and Tate curses him out when he finds out that it's incorrect. But Tariq knew the way to find the information, so he relays it to Monet. And remember, IG tried to tell them before he got shot up, like, I wasn't even here, and Tariq confirms he was in DR, so there was no way that he could do it. So now she has Lorenzo's partial prints. Now she has that confirmation that IG was never killed, right? So you see the wheels are starting to spin. The wheels are starting to spin. So she knows. She's been around long enough that she knows. She knows something happened, and there's a lot of fire to the smoke that she sees. And she also knows, well, I can't be the one to take him out. Because even when she asked Kane about it. She started doing her due diligence. She shot Lorenzo a lot of bail. She tried to make absolutely sure. She asked Kane about it, and Kane covered for him so well. Where he said, yo, why would I question Papi? Like, what does he get from lying? You know, basically. Yeah. And gives him that alibi. So even with that, I feel like Monet knows something. Like, there has to be something. I know Kane is usually in the mix of some shit. So Kane got to know something. But once she got the confirmation about IG, once she got the confirmation that's when she knew, all right, I got to get him out of here. And you could see the effect that she was going to, the lengths that she was going to get him out. First, going to Frank's wife, right? They have that conversation first off, which I thought was like a fascinating gambit that she played. Yeah, because I was shocked. They were already kind of tenuous with each other on shaky ground. So you mentioning that my husband killed your husband could have started a war. And this is two families that are supposed to be close, like actual family. So she played it well. Right. She played it well, right? She played it well. She tells Frank's wife, and chat, give me the name. I'm tired of looking for it. Evelyn. Give me the name of Frank's wife. Evelyn, mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So Evelyn, she tells Evelyn, because of her story of grief, she and them having that common bond of grief, in her heart, she could not hold it on. She could not hold it to herself anymore, because she wants to know who killed Zeke and knows that she can relieve Evelyn's pain by giving her the closure that she requires. And she does it. She says, hey, your husband was snitching, and Lorenzo hit on him for snitching. And here's another thing. They know the game's the game. They know the game's the game. So she could still be mad. She could still understand by still wanting revenge. And I know Monet was kind of like, wow, when Evelyn refused to tell her sons. Yeah. Said, I love my husband, but I love my sons even more, and I'm not getting them caught up in no bullshit. You know, they kind of have like that agreement. We've let each other know it ain't gonna be no brushback on you. I understand if you gotta do what you gotta do, but I can't hold it in my heart anymore. I don't want any trouble. So then that conversation that you spoke about with her and Gordo, where Gordo mentions, if I ever had the opportunity to find the guy that killed my pops, I'm slitting his throat. And you can see he's kind of like laid back, chill, but he wants that revenge for his father, regardless of what his father did. You step up to the plate to take his life, I'm taking yours. So once she heard that, that's when she made that connection, and we saw Lorenzo. She kicks Lorenzo out the crib. He's off getting drinks or whatever, and you know what I mean? Off with his throat. He gets his throat slashed, and that's where he's out of there. Yo, poetic. In front, he dies in front of Zeke's mural. The kid that he killed, that was a really dope artistic touch by the directors and everybody involved to have that happen right in front of Zeke's mural. And it's like, it was like foreshadowing. It was callbacks to different parts of the season, and it just felt like almost a poetic justice for Zeke, because Lorenzo got killed and got killed by another son right in front of that mural, right? And
that he had painted.
Think about it, that he had painted. Crazy.
He got it done for Mo. Crazy. So many things.
Got it commissioned from Mo, and that's the site of your own death. It's wild. And you know, listening to their conversation, listening to Lorenzo and Monet speak, you could tell his best move would have been to let her know. Like, yo, I was trying to kill Mecca. I saw the dude. Because remember, he saw him from behind. He didn't see him from
He didn't
the
know it was
front.
Zeke. Give him credit where
He
his
didn't know
credit
it
was
was
due. He
Zeke.
didn't know.
Thought it was a blind rage, and he got and he made a mistake. But the fact that it went on for months, he saw Monet, and that was the part I think that Monet couldn't get over. Saw her going into a depression and a spiral.
Yeah.
Knew that he had the means to stop it, but kept it going. Then lied. Then tried to pin it on somebody else. For her knowledge, got the son involved. Put him in both sons really in the line of danger in order to get this off. And now you think it's like fam, you didn't forget to take out the trash. You didn't spill some soda on the table. You killed her son.
Murdered
you killed
my
her son.
firstborn.
Right. And I love when he brought up, he was like, what about our family? What about the family we made? Like, we have a chance to build it out. He no more second chances, right? No more second chances. And he wasn't going to get that. So Lorenzo Tejada's out of here, bro. Lorenzo Tejada's out of here. Shout out to everybody in chat. Let us know what you thought about Lorenzo, what you thought about his character and everything like that. Chrissy, give me your take on Lorenzo's character. How you feel about him exiting the show and what he did?
I think it was time. I think we spent a while with him being behind the bars, and we had built up how big of a character this was based on the words of others, from his sons, from his wife, from everybody that was around them and working for them. Like, he was the guy. So yeah, like his character was well played, acted very well. And I think that it was time after, like you said, after he pulled that trigger, his time was ticking. It was only going to be a matter of time before he got out of here, whether it be by Mo or somebody else for doing what he did. So yeah, I love this character. I think that he brought a little bit of extra spice to the family. I'm sad that we're not going to have him and Diana's telenovelas no more, because those were but Papi, no. Like when he finally said, you don't got to deal them drugs no more. And she was like, oh, thank you, Papi. She was so excited. Okay. So at least that gets her out of doing drugs. But, I feel like this is losing his character is going to set a whole new table in motion, because for the longest it's been, he is in the lead. He makes the moves. He calls the shots. And now we are going to see somebody else have to step into that role. And, we saw Mo handle that shit season after season after season. So it's not going to be crazy to see her step back into that role. And now with even more, power. She just killed a cop. She just killed her husband. So it's like she's got that just piece of juice extra to now go after somebody like a Noma. So I am really interested to see where his death takes the show, because it can only go up from here in terms of character roles, with Kane and with Drew, and even with Diana. Diana and her, we got to find out who did what ass. She's not going to stop till she find out who killed Papi. Okay? So
she's the one that got him out of jail, so
period. And how many times did her mom tell her that? Like, leave his ass in there. Okay? You want to go to college so bad. All right? So bad that she done got this man out, and then you got him killed, Diana. What do you have to say for yourself? We need to ask Diana what she has said. Like, you did this.
She did.
We silent?
She did.
It's her fault.
She did. I mean, well, she did want her father out of jail. I don't think that was bad, and he didn't have to shoot Zeke. I mean, we can assign blame equally. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast. Let me tap in a super chat. Toxic Key, thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry that I'm late. And Monet made the right move.
Period.
That's a good take. Yeah, and you could see that whatever she was going through is gone, because she had that smirk at the end to let her, when she got the text from Gordo, like, it's done and thank you. She was just like, that might be low-key the first time I saw her smile. That might be the first time I've seen her smile on the show. Other than Mecca try to talk game to her, she's like, whatever, nigga, and then walk away.
She was like
smiling. Right.
That
I was like,
pocket.
yo, if I'm the kids and I saw her smile, I would have known some shit was going down because Monet don't be smiling. But as far as Lorenzo character goes, I like Lorenzo's character. I thought it was cool. One thing about there's a lot of parallels between the different powers. You know, you saw it with Kanan, you see it with Lorenzo. You get out of jail, you don't go back in, but you don't end up surviving either, right? So that's one. That's one. Two. What's the power play gonna be with between the family? Is she gonna allow Kane to keep running it, or is she going to wanna take control? Three. And I saw the chat. I saw the chat was kind of discussing it too. The relationship between the family, how Lorenzo was kind of like dad of the year before he died. I think that's something that's gonna bode well. That's gonna be like ominous towards the future because now them kids are gonna want to find the same way how Gordo and them wanted to find their father's murderer. Them kids are gonna want to find Lorenzo's murderer. So we you know be on the clock for that as well. And I think that just opens up. Monet has her freedom now for the first time in a long time. Monet has soul freedom. But if it gets back that she was the one that killed Lorenzo, this has the potential to really destroy the Tejada family. They don't got to worry about the feds. They're going to have to worry about internal shit. And you know, we got the funeral and all that coming up next week. So I'm eager to see how all of that comes into play. But yeah, Lorenzo, I thought Lorenzo was a cool character. Once he got outside, he might have got a little too soft and got a little too careless. I think hubris took him in because he thought that he could control everything, and you can't control everything. And when you try to control everything, no, I'm saying once he left,
no, I'm saying he thought that he could control everything when he got out, as if he never was gone. You know, he came out thinking that everything was going to be the same. And so, yeah, right. I agree with you. And it's like, bro, no, things have changed. Like, you not that dude no more, my guy. Like, you need to sit down, Papi. So he's sitting down.
Papi's lying down now.
Yeah, Papi.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry, Papi.
And you know, think about all the other dynamics. You got Drew dealing with the kid that killed his pops. When is that gonna come out? Is that gonna come out? And then what is Drew gonna do? Yeah. So but I'm thinking more so down the line, right? And then what's gonna go on with Kane in this whole situation? There's a lot of great storylines that can develop from this. One thing I do want to say about Power and what I'm seeing so far about Ghost, they're not wasting time on storylines. We getting right to the money. Like they're not drawing this out for like a whole season about whether or not Monet's gonna find out who killed Zeke and all these other situations. We got right to it in 5 tight, efficient episodes, and the storytelling has been superb. Like I remember there were points in the OG Power and even in book 2 where there was stuff we could pick out, like blatant plot holes, stuff that where you literally just got to go into popcorn movie mode if you want to be annoyed by a lot of holes. I think they plugged a lot of those up. They found their speed, and they're telling a really dope story. So you know, R.I.P. Lorenzo Tejada. You know what I'm saying? We hardly knew ye, but you out of here. You out of here, Papi.
Hashtag bye, Papi. Adios,
we will
Papi.
always remember. We will always remember the good times, and we'll never forget.
No, Papi,
Lorenzo
don't go.
Tejada.
No.
Vaya con Dios.
Because you know they got the bomb music in the background. Okay, it's so good. But what I am excited for is now that Monet is back, like she's got her power back. I am excited to see her go head to head with Noma, because that meeting is going to happen at some point. And when it does, bring it on.
And is Diana going to be able to go back to school? Because Lorenzo was funding it. Is Monet going to fund that?
Remember, he paid for her.
There's a lot of questions.
He paid for her. I believe he paid for her school he either said for the year.
It might have been for the year. It's got to be for the year. Because ain't no school going to take 4 years in advance. Because they got, we got to raise them prices. We got to raise them prices. We're not giving them 4 years.
She's going to have to keep selling the coke. The cocaine.
Something like that. Yeah. Well, she said it was getting too hot.
It was
She
getting
said
hot.
it was getting too hot. So I don't know, but we gonna have to find out. We gonna have to find out. But let's transition from Papi to international super spy Tariq St. Patrick. Can we talk about it? Yo, listen, man. Yo, you know what I like about Power? Power is telling a tighter story, a better story than this, but they low-key are walking the borderline of Fast and Furious. We just gonna put in some cool shit and y'all love it, so we gonna make it happen. Yo, the fact that they got roped into some international spy shit, I was like, yo. First of all, I love the fact that they got a chance to go to Italy as interns for RSJ to make this deal with that company. Left Uncle Lucas behind because, hey, we don't need that many people. I want the kids that actually did the work and that can speak Italian. You hang back. So that was kind of like RSJ's FU to Lucas for all the stuff before. Right. We only bring it what we've hit our quota. Thank you much.
Our token is here. Quota. Okay.
Right. We have representation now. So we should be all right.
The fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. This is what we're doing. But I was with it. What Lucas gonna say? What Uncle Lucas finna say?
Exactly. He want that money. So what was it? Who was rolling? Kiki, Brayden, Tariq, and he allowed Tariq to bring Effie as a +1. I'd have been sick.
Effie saved the day. Effie was the one with the gas, though. She's the one that
she did.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, a couple of things about that whole situation. Like, bruh, yeah, I'm still crying that they went to Italy. They went to Italy on business. They will go to Italy on business. That and the funniest part is I love the scene with Tariq and Effie talking about them getting out the game and whether or not cooking at home is corny and this is the type of normal stuff he wants to do. And they planning out their Italy itinerary. Here come Noma and Obi like how y'all knew it? Why y'all in Italy? Aren't you in America? Like, you be traveling like that? And Noma's like, you don't think I know where all my business people are going?
I saw you get on that jet. Okay, yo, I saw you get on that plane. Okay, do she got spies everywhere? How the hell she knew his itinerary? The fuck?
Yo, she got eyes everywhere. She knew. She said, yo, she treated him like he was on a NSA list of flagged on a flyer list where he has to, as soon as your passport hits, you got to go to the side. Like every time you go through security, they're like, step to the side, and they start wanding your hands and patting you down and doing all of this and check all your bags just because random search, your name just randomly popped up, and that's how they called it out. And he goes from having a calm few days in Italy to close a deal to having to infiltrate international weapons and drug dealers mansion to find a recorder that Mecca placed in this mansion, has to retrieve the recorder for Noma, or else everybody's dead. Now, for those of you in the consultant world that's familiar with scope creep, at some point they're gonna have to put their foot down. It's like, yo, first you wanted me to sell drugs. Now you wanted me to sell guns in New York State.
Guns.
Then you want me to infiltrate. You want me to get on a guest list for a international oligarch, drug dealer, weapons dealer, maven. You want me to go in there, go search through the crib, put RSJ on the list too, because you got to have an alibi. Search through his crib, find a recorder, and get out alive. I know we've heard all the campaigning for a black bond. I don't think Tariq is going to put his name in the list after this one. I'll just say that.
Brayden has a shot because the way Brayden's little booty was sticking out when he was trying to bend over and get the damn thing. And I'm sitting here like, Brayden, you're doing too much. Hurry up. You don't spend this much time in a location trying to get something. You get in, you get out. We're having too much conversation. You and Effie doing way too much. But I love how quick as Brayden can be on his feet, Effie's mad quick on her feet too. Like, and I also just love that we're in Italy. The furthest we went in OG power was Miami. So at least we're crossing international borders now. All right. We're doing
yeah.
You know,
it is a milestone.
Yeah, this is big. So I was like, okay, we are doing big things. And then we see Noma and Tariq's face just like he went from smiling to getting so serious. Like she scares everybody except for Effie. Like I'm like, Effie, where did you come from? Because this bitch don't scare you because she scares me. And I love that Tariq even had to tell her at some point, like, this bitch is serious business. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, we're not getting out of this with like a hall pass. Okay. It's not that simple. But for them to be over there and trying to get all of this, like, I'm like, what did Mecca not do at this point? Because y'all need to give us a syllabus. Okay.
I need to see Mecca. We need like a throwback episode to see all the international shit Mecca was doing. Because this man, yo, I know Monet is sick. This man was set for life. If he was able to do all of this and not be touched, he was set for life. No wonder Monet was so tight. But yeah, man, like this, yo, I love Obi because you knew Obi was ecstatic about breaking up their deal. He sat down with his smug ass smile looking at them. Like, yo, you thought we was gone. You thought you was gonna chill, but nah, we gonna do this. So they get into the mansion easy. Get RSJ on the list. They around there. Of course, Brayden the one that get caught. And of course, Effie finds a way. Yo, and you know what's even worse? Brayden gets caught, doesn't even get the recorder, gets his ass beat for half a night. Meanwhile, Effie just comes in, finishes the job, and is able to get out of it because women.
Because women. Hello.
Because women. Like, there's no other explanation. Because women, Effie was able to get out of it. And let me tell you how real it is, right? How that was like probably like one of the realest scenes. My man came in there, security, saw Effie, and immediately started speaking English. There was no Italian. There was no other language. Right. My man was fluent. Miss, you're not supposed to be in here. I was like, oh, your Duolingo was popping.
Like,
once he saw Effie, the Duolingo started coming out. And then when she was like, yeah, you know, I'm looking for the private art exhibit. He's like,
it's right this way, ma'am.
Right. That's it? Come on, say less. Say less.
Effie,
I was like, yo, ain't it grand, yo.
Effie's smart as hell. It's just something about her that's able to get out of these situations. And then she always ends up finding out something else. And I'm like, damn, because I must have not paid attention when Noma was talking about who this dude was. I didn't hear who she said he was. I just heard that Mecca had placed the plant there. I didn't catch that it was her baby daddy. I didn't catch none of that.
It was very subtle until we saw Effie get the picture of the portrait and whatnot. And listen, when this is, I tell you, we've had a lot of great antagonists and big bads in power. You know, Kanan was one, Milan was one. Yep. Felipe Lopos. You know, like we've had big dogs in this joint before. I am shook of no man. I'm gonna tell you why. One, we saw the scene where Tariq calls him up and they meet to Brayden in exchange, and homeboy's like a second away from blowing off Tariq's head. And all of a sudden they get sniped. Noma has shooters, literal shooters, covered, looking like Call of Duty. Then
Call of Duty up in there,
it was like Call of Duty. Then on top of that, she killed her daughter's father. She has no line. She has no limit. She's straight ruthless. So at this point, and the part that perked my ear was when she was saying how impressed she was. One, Brayden didn't fold, and two, they were able to get out of the situation and figure out a way to like. And why? Because they called Noma, they were able to figure the way out the situation. And she said, "We could have a long-standing partnership." What is the exit strategy with this woman? I feel like the only way is death. I feel like the only way is death.
Well, I think Tariq has multiple ways here, right? Like, if at any point he wants to get rid of Mo, he's got that in his bag that Mo killed, Mo killed Dante. That's one thing. Yep. She would definitely handle Mo in a second. Noma would kill her for that. But then the way you handle Noma is with this daughter situation, right? Like, we've got to figure out, like, I do believe Effie does have an ace. Now you have to figure out how to utilize that ace. You got to be smart with that ace. You get me? Like, there's got to be something that you're able to do to get out, because these, and also let's be clear, they're never going to be out of the drug game. We are in power. This is not, Love is Blind. This is serious, like, business. We're not here to see Tariq and his lovers over here, who he going to choose, Lauren or Effie. We don't have time for that. We got
Chrissy,
time
if
for
this
some
was
death,
Love
though.
Is Blind, if this was Love Is Blind, this live stream wouldn't have started until 9:00.
Don't even get me started, because the way I was up so late last night.
I'm not even gonna turn up, because I know I'm not even gonna turn up. All I'm gonna say is, Netflix, if y'all was thinking about live sports, do us a favor, don't. Also, do not play in our faces about sharing passwords ever again. Do not
stay in your lane.
Don't play in our face about them damn passwords and sharing passwords. Do not play in our face again. After this, y'all on timeout for at least 180 days. Give us 6 months before you want to play in our face. Yo, exactly. Exactly. Let's talk about it. All that.
He got it out. We just got to figure out how to use it. And so there's multiple ways Tariq could essentially get out from up under Noma. But at the same time, bruh is driving the nicest of nice cars because of the work he's doing with Noma. So there is some good in it. Well, but the thing about it is, you got to wonder how dangerous, because Mecca had to have known Noma was about that life, right? So what was his out? Because if you was really trying to marry Mo, shit wasn't going to end well for you. The way she was able to get their itinerary, come on now. She had to have known something was going on here. The fact that she didn't know he was cheating on her is quite interesting to me, for as much as she knows. You get what I'm saying?
We got the big air quotes in the building for knows. I mean, I don't know. It's like, maybe y'all don't be knowing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one knows most, but y'all may not know everything. You know what I'm saying? That might be a metaphor. That might be a good, like, mantra, especially for Chrissy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't know everything. You feel me? So
you are a hater. You still just really chalked up about the whole mic testing thing, and it's really giving. It's giving. You need to get a life. Okay.
It's giving.
Giving. Get over it. It's giving. Well, move on, my guy.
I am not a hater. I am the co-host of Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast, and we are reviewing Power Book 2, Ghost Season 3, Episode 5. No more second chances. No more second chances.
Holleration in this dancery.
Who sings that?
I know where you're going, because you've done it to me before. You've done it to me before. You've done it to me before. So
if you know the artist, let them cook. All right, so Kiki, real quick, she got Brayden's phone. She saw the crash coin deposits. First of all, I don't care what was blaring in your headphones. How you didn't see your phone fall? Now she got it. So I will say that's something to keep an eye on, because now Kiki might be getting a little too close for the operation. You know what I mean?
She's gonna get. She's suspicious. Like, she's suspicious. Like that's just what it
Exactly.
is. Like the way she came knocking on the door, and I gotta love my girl Effie for this. It's a little late for corporate relationships. For corporate managerial relationships, a little late. What are you doing here? And she looked like she was in a damn robe. Like, girl, like if you sleeping with Brayden, just say that. Just say
She
it.
definitely pulled up. She definitely pulled up like, yo, you see Brayden? He's like, why are you looking for Brayden, Kiki?
He'll
It is
be
a
here
school
tomorrow.
night, and it's nighttime on a school night. Kiki, what's going on, Kiki? And she like, all right, I'll tell him later. I'll tell him later. I was like,
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
see you
know.
tomorrow morning.
Right. So, you know, she is like a principal person and all of that. So, we will see. We will see. We're gonna definitely tap into that. Chat going crazy as always. Answering their answering the questions about who sings the song, of course. You know, so yeah, man, we gonna keep it moving. Fix your eyes, please. Fix your eyes. This is another revelation because yo, as a mid-season episode, halfway through the season, and usually in Power episode, the halfway point is where we get the craziest things that go on and the biggest cliffhangery type stuff that we have going on. We also get that revelation between Lauren and Tariq, right? Lauren and Tariq, because you got to thank Saxe first of all. Saxe for
Facts.
being obsessed
Nosy.
with why Jenny will not pick up his calls, why she won't hear him. Follows her to the safe house where Lauren is staying, and then of course Lauren comes outside and they find out and Saxe is apoplectic. He's completely pissed because
He's like,
she's been hiding stuff. Right.
oh,
So Jenny, remember, Jenny's been trying to manipulate multiple sides of this equation
he's
because she's
failing.
trying to take down Tariq and Monet in this whole operation, and she fails. And if we know one thing about power, those DAs, when the DAs go too far, they fail. That's their biggest vulnerability is their passion. They make it personal, and their passion either cost them their job or
Or
cost
their
them their
life.
life. And and
Mhm.
and and Jenny's in this position right now. She spurred Saxe, like she spurned Saxe and didn't even have to do that, right? She could have kept it 100 with him, but
Yeah.
chose not to. He finds out on his own, sees Lauren, and is like, wow, she's really alive. You like, you did this. And even says, you know she don't have to keep you here legally. Like
Yep.
straight tells her that. And then the wild thing when two things with Saxe. Saxe now says, I'm done. I'm out of it. I'm not working with you anymore because I see now that you on your own shit. And then also tells Lauren, Tariq didn't do it. Tariq loved you. If you would have saw his face when we told him that you were dead, you would know. So now Jenny's whole case, the DA's office is down 3-1 right now. They're down 3-1 in the series right now. Now when you take Saxe out of the equation, she loses a big opportunity for the Rico.
CI.
Lauren
Yeah.
already knows, so Lauren is probably not going to listen. Then we get to the meetup between Lauren and Tariq. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, when he got that text, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be Saxe or Lauren. I was like, could be Saxe too. You know what I'm saying? Because Saxe
Mm.
could have wanted Tariq to know what was going on because he was so fed up with Jenny. But I gotta say, I had a feeling once Lauren was told that by Saxe that she can't keep you here legally, and he basically was yelling out loud like you are taking just the same way you took advantage of Lauren and got her killed. Like, and then Lauren just standing there like, so she took advantage of me. And so I gotta love her meeting up with Tariq to find out the truth and her bringing a weapon like Tariq was finna do something. Tariq was not finna do nothing to you, ma'am. And they have that conversation where he even tells her, like, I sent you with Brayden so that you would be safe. Like, I wanted you to be safe. And she lets him know, like, yo, Effie rolled up. She threw me in the lake. Like, it ain't no game. And now Tariq is faced with something because he's now being told that you are being looked at by the feds. They have a case on you. I am their witness for said case. And that's a lot for Tariq to process because it's like, at what point at what point am I going to be able to get myself out from under this? Because how much do the feds know? Like, yeah, they may know what happened with Lauren, but how much also did Lauren end up finding out when she was here? So it's a lot for Tariq in that moment, and you can see it's kind of hard for him to even process that Lauren is alive. Like, bruh, like, what do you do when you find out your ex-girl was killed or died in a car accident, right? She's now back alive. You are sleeping with your current girlfriend, who is the one that killed her, so to speak. That's heavy shit.
That's stress.
Like,
That's super
what do
heavy.
you do?
That's too heavy. That's super complicated. That's wild complicated for college too. It's like, damn, can I be in the real world paying real bills to be complicated like this? Like, this is just unnecessary stress. You know, you got that one class that we see that you got to pass, and you putting all this extra stress on you. I don't know, but I will say the revelation that he had that Effie and Brayden were lying to him this entire time, and Effie was the one who tried to kill her. And even him, like, he's trying to go to her like, yo, I wouldn't do this. And she's pulling the box cutter on him. And he's like, yo, why would I want you dead? I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I loved
like
you.
they breaking it down. Yeah, exactly. And it's just blowing his mind. And think about all the time Effie had to come clean to him. Had they come clean, he would have been able to process it better, and maybe he would have been able to handle it. Now he don't know who to trust. And even when he goes back to the room, and she's like, yo, I gotta tell you something. He's like, all right, what's up? And she's like, I love you. And I'm like, and he's just like, nah, that wasn't the right answer.
That wasn't
the right answer. That wasn't it. So now we have dissension unlike we've seen between the crew before. Jenny is still surveilling their old drop spot, so Diana could get caught up in that. And
Effie,
what
that's
is
just
Lauren
Effie,
gonna
though.
do?
Isn't that just Effie,
That's
though?
true. That is true. I'm just saying, but I think she was trying to recruit Diana, so I don't know if one or the other is gonna get popped. Let's go to this super chat. Shout out to Jacoby. Jacoby, thank you as always for the support, my brother. It's fair game with Lauren wanting revenge on Effie. If she just shot her and got rid of the body with Kane or Brayden, they wouldn't even be in this. That is true. Effie was sloppy. I think Effie didn't even really want to kill her. She just knew that she was a liability, and I think she was trying to protect Tariq, because she knew Tariq was trying to send her out of town, and that's the other reason why he was looking at her like, "Yo, I sent you with Brayden to go out of town. I ain't tell this nigga to kill you." Yep. I don't know who authorized that. Like, it wasn't me. I was trying to save you. So now, not only did they not tell him, they freelanced. They did something on their own and try to kill her. Like, it's all bad. It's super bad. So there's a lot of conflict that's gonna be on the table for them right now. And I don't know how it's
Effie
gonna turn out.
Though. Effie in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't see any way around it. Like, if you look at it, you had Diana mad at her for lying because she thought, Diana thought she didn't want her with Tariq. And now you got a situation with Lauren. It's like, Effie, you doing way too much to be with this dude. Like, girl, at some point you're going to have to come clean, because this is not going to rock for much longer. I don't even know, man. My problem more so is with Brayden and Tariq, because they are boys, and that is gonna hurt me to see that, just like that problem, that rift, because Brayden has wanted to tell Tariq for so long now, and we literally just watched somebody get killed in this episode that chose to keep a serious secret from somebody that he loved. So you doing the same shit, except you not coming clean, and Tariq now knows you got a problem on your hands, sis. You better get it together, Effie. Because the way you doing all this behind the back shit, it's going to end up getting her killed.
Yeah. Not to mention Kane knows. And imagine if Tariq finds out that Kane knew and she told Kane but didn't tell. Like, it's a lot.
But Kane ordered the hit. Didn't Kane order the hit? But he did.
That's even deeper. That's
even
Brayden. Deeper. Kane ordered the hit to Brayden, and Effie did it.
Yep.
Quote unquote did it. And now they all have this secret behind Tariq's back. So how's Tariq going to respond when he finds out that Kane, what was the one who ordered it, right? So it's a lot. It's a lot to consider. Also, sidebar. The fact that this man got a text and was like, yo, come outside, meet me by the gate, and he went outside, you live in a different life where you get random texts or random numbers and you like, well, it must be important. I'm going to go outside and see what's up.
At night?
Me, I would have been like, who this? New phone, same phone, who this? Old phone, who this?
You can text it.
Straight up.
Whatever you want, you can send that text.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, nah, sorry, yo, I'm dead. I can't answer now.
I just knew it was finna be Saxe, though. I knew it was finna be Saxe. Because we know Saxe was angry with Jenny. Like, the way he left, he was like, I am done. Oh, I am done. If Saxe had a wig on, the way he would have flipped off, he was so angry with her. And rightfully
He's
so.
pissed.
Like, Saxe has been trying to give her the D for weeks. And she not taking it. So
he backed up. He backed up like a motherfucker.
But it was only a matter of time before he followed her to the house. You know, like she was leaving way too many open ends with somebody as nosy as Cooper Saxe.
Right. And once she ignored the phone call, that was it. That was it, right? So, but you got to think about the amount of dirt everybody has on everyone. First of all, Saxe knows everything that Davis has done. Davis needs to lock the door of his office, maybe once, maybe just once. I mean, you know, just a suggestion. Maybe lock your freaking office. And then you show him where you put the key. First, he underestimated Saxe. He didn't think he was a danger that he was. You know, Monet knows about the hit on Lorenzo. So does Gordo, who actually carried it out. Caden and Effie and Brayden had the knowledge about the Lauren thing, but Lauren and Tariq now know. Tariq knows about the Rico case and everything involved, and that they're being surveilled. You know, they know about Noma and her secret life. There's a whole lot of secrets going around. Take your pick. Right? Like there's so much going on now that one domino falls and this whole house comes crumbling down. And I like how the episode has brought it to this point. They've brought it to this point, and now we have 5 episodes to figure this out and see where they go next. So, anything else you want to talk about, Chrissy? Because I thought, what'd you think about the episode overall?
Solid episode. I mean, it might be my favorite of the season. I think that I really just like the pace. I think we're at a point with this show where we have no reason to let anything rock for a season. Like, we literally get something told to us, we get the answer in the next episode. Like, there's no time to waste. So I really like the pacing. I like the acting. It's getting better as the episodes go on. Even Lauren's acting is getting better because it was a little shaky last season. So I do think that everything with this show is A1. Like, I really do enjoy it. Like, I be finishing the episodes like, oh shit, like it's gonna be good tonight when we talk about it, because y'all know I watch it like right before. But it's a really, really, it's a good show. Like, I'm enjoying it. The previews keep me, wanting that next episode. Everything is going great. I really do like the show as a whole. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. The chat is rating it right now. See a lot of 5s, see a lot of 4s, and it's out of 5. See some 8s, and so people really, really do enjoy it. Super enjoy it. I do think. I think this is the strongest 2 episodes back to back that they've had. Probably 2 of the strongest. I think season 1 of Raising Kanan was 10 strong episodes back to back to back to back to back to back. To me, like, it was just a flawless season to me. But like for Ghost, this was back to back 2 of the strongest episodes. This gets a 5 from me. I gave last week's episode a 4.5. I wouldn't be mad at giving it a 5 back to back. These are just 2 strong episodes. I don't think you could have too much beefs for me. I see a lot of folks in the chat talking about that this is a dope season, one of the best seasons. Pound for pound, I liked the first season. I thought the second season was cool. I really locked into the third season, and it feels like the third season of OG Power was fire too. Yeah. So this third season, they found their speed, and it feels like its own show.
Yep.
You get the subtle ties to what happened in the past, but now season 3 Ghost feels like it's its own thing, not so much an extension of Power now. They have a footing in this new world, and I love it. I love it. I love watching it and along for the ride with y'all. So that's it, yo. That's episode 5, season 3 recap. No more second chances. Power After Hours, your favorite Power podcast. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Chat, throw up those ones, throw up those thumbs up in the chat. Like the video if you love what you're hearing. Power After Hours, Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere where you can listen to podcasts on all the podcast platforms. Chrissy, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Chrissy B. Davis, any social media network. I rock that way. What about you, Jeff?
All right. Jeff J. Says all social. Jeff J. Says on YouTube as well. Definitely tap in with me. We got a lot going on. Sports world, betting world, entertainment world, talking about all of it. So definitely tap in with us. Thank you so much, live chat gang, for tapping in. Thank you, replay gang. And thank you for everybody listening on the podcast. This has been Power After Hours, and we will talk to you next week.